Hello everybody, my name is Nerdy Lover and welcome to another episode of our football betting series here on YouTube. This is the other edition, so as well as the Premiership, Serie A and La Liga, we also have an other column that's normally taken up by major European competitions such as the Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, but also the cup matches. And just around the corner we have the Coppa Italia, which is getting into the round of 32, and I have 3 selections for us in this episode. But before we jump into that, let's quickly recap some of our European games from the midweek just gone. We had 4 selections, and on the 11th we took Red Bull Salzburg to beat Dinamo Zagreb. Unfortunately, despite taking a 1-goal lead, they did not see the game out for a win. We did only take a half stake of £10 because they were the away side at odds of over 3-2. We did take a £10 hit there. Red Bull franchise then redeemed us as their key team Leipzig did beat Celtic in Glasgow. 22-40 was our pickup there. A little bit of a gamble on Juventus turning things around domestically and beating the Israeli side Maccabi Haifa. They were taken apart and lost 2-0 in, well, pretty embarrassing fashion. We took a £20 hit there. And then finally Fenerbahce, they beat AEK. We were going to pick up £15, but I did end up cashing out for £12.80 in the end. So we did go 50% on that week. We picked up £5.20 profit. So not ideal. That does mean in our other column we are up by a unit and a half, £30.70. We do have a 60% win rate. So without further ado, let's jump into our 3 selections for the Coppa Italia. One additional disclaimer to throw in there just before we get into the selections. Because of the quick turnaround between the Serie A matches on the Sunday and the Monday, before we have the midweek cup matches on the Tuesday through to Thursday, some of the stats and figures come from before the kickoffs on Sunday morning, so please bear that in mind. We begin proceedings with 2 Serie B sides as Genoa hosts Spal. Genoa sit 5th place in Serie B with a record of 5 wins, 3 draws and a single defeat. In a very tight Serie B this season, we have 1 point separating the top 5 teams and 3 points separating the top 7. Genoa are unbeaten from home this year with 1 win, 3 draws and 0 defeats. And Genoa average 1.2 goals per game from 1.9 key chances created per 90. Defensively solid, conceding 0.7 goals per game, with 5 clean sheets in 9. Taking the away side Spal, they're pretty average in Serie B. They sit 13th in the league coming into this game with 2 wins, 4 draws and 3 defeats, and 10 points surname. They are 6 points away from their hosts. Spal are scoring 1 goal per game, which is in line with their 1.1 key chances created per 90. Defensively, they're not amazing, but not terrible either, conceding 1.4 goals per game. Spal are winless on the road in their 4 trips this season as well, and they are winless in each of their last 4 games. This does include a 2-0 loss to Genoa in this sample. When we look at the head-to-head, Genoa have won the last 2 games straight, and they're unbeaten in each of their last 6 encounters with Spal. I like Genoa's chances here today, and I will be taking them in a single. Our second featured match sees Serie A side Spezia host Serie B side Brescia. At time of recording, Spezia sit 15th place in the table ahead of their Sunday game against Cremonese. They're hoping to put an end to their 2-game losing streak with only 1 win in their last 8 league matches. Spezia score 0.8 goals per game from 1.1 key chances per 90. Defensively, they are frail, conceding 1.9 goals per game with just a single clean sheet to their name. The away side Brescia sits 7th in Serie B with a record of 5 wins, 1 draw and 3 defeats. However, they have not won in each of their last 3 matches, losing 2 of them. It seems that their form changed a little bit after their 6-2 battering at the hands of league leading Bari. Brescia score 1.4 goals per game from 1.7 key chances created. Defensively, they do concede at 1.6 goals per game. It's an issue that may be exploited playing a side in the division above. Spezia to win for me in a single is the way forward, hoping to forget some of their woeful league form in the cup. Our third and final match in this episode features a Serie A clash as Udinese host Monza. Now, Udinese have Lazio to play later on this weekend. However, at time of recording, they do sit 4th place in the table. They have the 4th best home record in Italy with 3 wins, 2 defeats, and still unbeaten in front of their home fans. Monza are the opposition, and they sit 13th in the league following their 1-0 defeat at the hands of Empoli on Friday. Unfortunately for Monza, this did end a brief run of 4 games without a defeat. Monza do only score 0.9 goals per game, but this is in line with their 1 key chance created per 90. The defence is an issue as they do concede just over 1.5 goals every 90 minutes. Interestingly, these sides have already played against each other in the season so far, with Udinese running out 2-1 winners on the road on matchday 3. This is the only meeting between the two sides, so we can only read into this encounter so much. Udinese did outshoot Monza by 15 attempts to 10. They did outcreate them with 3 key chances compared to Monza's 2. Udinese were just warming up to the season, and now that they are well underway, hitting good form and in front of their home fans, I love Udinese's chances to win here at home against Monza in the Cup. We'll be taking them in a single for our final bet of the episode. We're going to quickly jump back to the spreadsheet for a quick recap. So there we have it. We have 3 selections for this episode. It is a bit weird to see all Italian affairs in the section of the spreadsheet devoted to the other competition, but I'm sure I'll get over it. We start things off on the 18th with Genoa versus Spal. We're going to take Genoa for a full stake at odds of 1.61, £20 stake to return 12.20. Spezia Brescia. I have decided to go for a half stake on Spezia just because they're not great in the league, and sometimes when sides struggle in the league, they decide to essentially sacrifice the cup or not put out a full team. So we're going to put a half stake to back the home side here, £10 to return 9.30. And Udinese Monza, we have no concerns with a full stake here at odds of about 3 to 4, £20 stake to return £14.80. So we're going to be risking £50 this midweek to hopefully pick up 36.30. Will we do so? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to tune into next episode. But if you have made it to this point in the video, please leave a like down below. My name's been Nerdy Lover, and as always, have yourself a lovely day.